What up, everyone? What up, what up? Shit. Okay. What up, what up? This stream's gonna be how to win at life. Because I want to keep it a little bit raw, a little bit realer. So we're gonna kind of go over just different ways to win at life, different navigations, kind of like the overall rules on what you need to do. So, yeah, we're gonna kind of start off with a poll in the chat. I'm actually gonna use my computer instead because I would want to use my phone, but unfortunately, doing the polls on the regular thing doesn't work. But I want to let y'all know, like, anybody that's going through something right now, just so you know, I feel you. And life is not easy. And even things that you think, like, should work, and, like, that's the thing that should work, that's the thing that should make sense, those are the things that should go well, those could also not go well sometimes, you know what I mean? So you gotta keep that in mind, that, like, we're constantly battling these different things. So the first question I got for y'all on this live, the poll I'm gonna ask, what up, what up? Hey Jake, do you think it's fair if we set our goal this weekend to 2.5 or even 3K? Ooh, that would be a tough one. If we were to able to like do a real stream, like where we can get a lot, like a one that hits, it would have to be like an Ask Me Anything, probably in the morning when I get most of my viewers. So I could say, yeah, we could do a 2.5K for this weekend's goal, because what's today, Saturday? So next weekend then. You know what I mean? That's what I think the move would be. Rio, I'm finally here. Hell yeah. Love the mindset. Hell yeah. The old mod is here. Yep. Look at chat. Good boy. Yeah. Here, there. Mate, how's it going? Was good. Was good. What up? What up? Yep. All right. So. The first poll question I'm going to do is, what's more important for winning? Bruh. What's more important for winning at life? No quit, or organization? So this is an interesting one. We're gonna get some controversial stuff going on, but I threw out the poll. All right. What up? What up? Depressed isn't real. Like I said, guys, the way I look at it is depression symptoms. So it's like you might think you're depressed, but like you really might be just going through depression symptoms, and a doctor just told you you're depressed. You know, like, so like don't get too caught up in the labels. The labels could mess you up. I'm outside grinding basketball. I have games against 12th graders tomorrow. Good stuff. Can you grab your camera for the Lamar Jackson edit? I don't have a camera, bro. I do not have a camera. Depression is real. Like I said, guys, I'm not saying that nothing's real or nothing's not real. What I'm more saying is the mindset that you have towards it is the most important thing. So if you look at depression like a dictator that has full control over you, then it's going to have full control over you. If you look at it like a war in your brain that you're trying to defeat and trying to beat, then you're going to, actually fight that war. And, who knows, maybe you'll win, maybe you won't, but at least try to fight, like I couldn't imagine like not even trying. And that's why I talk about, this is where I kind of go into the whole point of life, is the whole not quitting. You know what I mean? So let's look at the chat real quick. 75% said no quit. They said that's the most important. I would say that's true. Some person said organization. And here's what I'll tell you. I think organization is an important factor to winning at life, especially when it comes to people that are sporadic like me, that, you know, don't have all their stuff together. However, if you don't have the ability to say no quit, no quit, I have no quit, then the success in your life is very, very hard to attain. I'm sorry, but this is just the reality of the situation, only because the no quit is going to get you that extra step. It's going to get you that extra push. It's going to get you that extra rep, that extra, you know, $100, that extra, you know, thought of someone being like, wow, this person really goes for it, you know? And when you do have the like the organization down with the no quit, man, you are a lethal weapon in business and basically anything you put your mind to. Because you can be organized all you want, but if you quit after a few attempts, it's useless. However, if you don't quit, even if you aren't organized, you'll eventually gonna get somewhere. Exactly true. That's kind of was my philosophy. Was I was not organized, but I had no quit, so I eventually got somewhere, and now I'm a lot more organized. I still wouldn't say I'm organized to the extent I want to be, but I'm organized enough now where I can apply my no quit mindset in a little bit of a better way, where I'm working a little bit smarter with my, coupled with my hard work. Should be 100% no quit. Exactly, bro. No quit. That's what I'm saying. That's the wavelength that everybody on the stream should be on, is no quit. Like, genetics aside, money aside, like family issues aside, all that, like if you have no quit, you basically cannot lose. Like it's really as simple as that. I know some of you guys are like, wait, like what do you mean? Like it's I don't think it works. I'm telling you, that's how it works. You have no quit, it is impossible to lose. It is impossible. Tell me the person that chose to never quit that lost. Seriously. And you can try to think of people, but I'll tell you when they did quit. And then you're going to be like, oh. Because I'm sure some of y'all are like, bro, there's some NBA players out there that tried their absolute hardest to win a championship, and they didn't, and they had no quit. It's like, well, did they retire before they won a championship? Yeah. Well, guess what? They quit. That's quitting. I know it's crazy, but that's actually quitting. And people don't want to say it because it's like, oh, they had such a good career. It's like, okay, I don't care. They quit. They quit before they got a championship. So if you don't quit, you will be successful. I'm not saying that, you know, whatever that your pursuit is the smartest pursuit, but the reality is if you don't quit, you won't lose. Can you wrap the chat again? I cannot. I cannot wrap the chat again. Well, because the chat's not going too fast this time, luckily. Luckily, we're on a way better wavelength. Okay, so 70% said no quit, 30% said organization. So for that 30% that said organization, my question to you guys is, what about organization is so awesome that it would trump something like no quit? Like the ability to no quit. Like, why would you need organization before having no quit? Why would that go before that? I genuinely want to know these arguments. If you're 40 and you average like 1 point per game, if you retire, is that quitting? Yes. It is quitting. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that they didn't have a way more successful career than most people in basketball, than 99.9% of people in basketball, but they still quit. That's the thing. Is like a lot of people don't like to see the reality of the situation, which is 99% of basketball players quit before they win a championship. And you guys don't see it that way. You just see it as, oh, they just retired and they just didn't get it. It's like, no, they quit. They quit before they got it. Do you think Michael Jordan would have quit before he won a championship? Or do you think he would have played an extra 10 more years to get that? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, I genuinely think that there's something to that. There's definitely something to the whole no quit thing. And that's why we talk about this in the whole stream about how to win at life. Because now we're just talking about how to win at life. And it's like, okay, well, now you definitely need to have no quit. Because if you don't, how are you going to be successful at anything that you do with no quit? Like, seriously, in what world are you going to be like, yeah, like this is a good thing. This is like, it's impossible. Like, you need to have that edge. You need to have that thing that's like, no. Like, I need to do this, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me. Now, the issue is, some people disagree with the idea of having no quit, and some people are like, well, I know that you have to have no quit, but I just I don't know how to get the no quit. Here's how you get the no quit. You got to think of two reasons, okay? One on one side and then one on the other. One side is what you want to happen if you don't quit. So, like, what's going to happen if you don't quit? You get a really good physique, you make a bunch of money, something like that. Picture those goals. Now you're going to think of a bad reason. So, a reason that would happen if you do quit. What does your life look like 10 years from now if you do quit? Well, let's picture some bad scenarios. Maybe run out of a bunch of money and your family, can't afford to eat because you didn't make any money. Who knows? Maybe someone attacks your wife in front of you, or maybe you in front of your wife, and you can't defend yourself because you didn't work out. Like, these little scenarios can give you a primal, like, survival mode that could literally enforce you to be like, I cannot quit. So you have to think of it in those terms. Like, okay, like, what is really going to get me to not quit? Like, is it the motivation, or is it the being scared of a reality? You know what I mean? Because some people, the motivation isn't enough. Like, the idea of them being something isn't enough. It's only when they're told what they could be that's bad, that's when it's like, okay, I can't deal with that. AJ, what if you're kicked out of the league or no teams pick you up? Then you practice and work hard until a team picks you up. And if a team didn't pick you up and you don't try hard and then you stop trying, then that means you quit. That's the truth. When I was 3, I always quit, and now I'm slowly becoming more better and successful. Nice. Well, that's good. Just keep not quitting then. Like I said, the no quit is going to get you further than anything else. Like, a lot of people think, oh, like, if I get A pluses on my tests, like, oh, if I, am really good at this instrument, like, oh, like, no. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, the person that has no quit, that person, doesn't matter how good they are at anything, if they have no quit, then they're going to win in the end. They're going to win over time. Because over time, you're going to quit things. They're not. That's the thing. Is, like, if you go through life, let's just do the gym example, and they're going through life not any edge, kind of quitting half there, they have a pretty good physique, so they don't really care. And then you have the person that really didn't have a good physique, so they needed to absolutely work really hard. They couldn't quit, because if they did, then they would get really screwed over genetically. So they had to have the no quit. I think that's better. I think that actually is, like, better. So I think sometimes the people that are genetically disadvantaged, sometimes you have the advantage because you have the no quit mentality of, I need to work harder than everyone else to get a similar result. And it's going to make me work harder and be more disciplined. And then when it comes to other areas of my life, I'll absolutely destroy, because I'll be one step ahead because I already have that discipline. That's the thing. It's like, if you take the dude that took 10 years to get the same physique as a guy that took 2 years, do you think the guy that took 10 years to get the physique is going to, be better at starting a business, or the guy that took 2 years to get the physique? Seriously. Come on. Like, same qualifications besides that, just those two things different? Come on. I remember I used to be averaging 20 in my 7th, 8th grade league, and I was the top scorer when I joined the team. 9th, 10th grade league, I was a role player, and I said I'm going to be back at the top, and now I am. But I had to work hella hard and hella reps every day. Yep. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is, though. That is part of the no quit mentality, is the reps every single day, the hard work, the grind lifestyle, the idea that, you're not just sitting there trying to, you're not just going through the motions. Like, you're actually trying to be something great. You're actually trying to strive for something way more than just, the average. And that's the thing, is a lot of people, they get stuck in, like, the thing, because they're like, well, everyone else around me is average, so, like, why do I even feel like I need to be, like, different? Like, most people are average, so why do I need to, why do I feel this need to not be? And I'm telling you right now, that is your calling. And I know you're like, I've stayed average my entire life. I'm surrounded by average people. How is that my calling? And it's like, well, do you see a different life for yourself? Do you see yourself not being average? Do you see a vision of yourself where you don't quit? Where you have this crazy good mentality? Do you see a version of yourself like that? Because if you don't, you're never going to do it in the first place. So there's no point of even, like, going to that frame of mind. But if you are, then it's a whole different situation. So I think you need to think of it in those terms way more, And just be smart with that stuff too, obviously. Because at the end of the day, like, I will tell you guys one thing the honest truth about winning in life, the honest truth about winning in life is that you need to have no quit. No quit is just the one thing that's going to be like, nope, I don't care about genetics, I don't care about money, I don't care about fame, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, I don't care about where you grew up, I don't care about where it is, like anything, friends, anything, I don't care, okay? Person with no quit compared to the person that quits, whole different vibe. Sorry, it is what it is. That's just how things work over time, okay? That's how humans evolved, okay? That's how we hunted down animals, okay? The humans that decided to not quit on the hunt got more food and they survived. And the humans that decided to quit on the hunt and ended up dying, well, they didn't survive. I mean, not quitting has literally made you probably the person you are today at the end of the day. Like, not quitting is probably the part of the reason a lot of you guys are even on this earth, is because someone in your ancestors decided to not quit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to look at it that way. Like, someone in your bloodline decided, I'm not going to quit, and that's why you're here. They decided, no, we're going to keep this family going. Well, I'm going to help them survive. Like, we're going to work hard. Someone did that. I think a great example of someone who doesn't quit is Isaiah Thomas from Celtics. He was a superstar but got injured, ruined his career, but he still works hard, gets 10-day contracts yearly. Yeah. He's also like 5'9", so you understand, like, in what world would someone that's 5'9" ever make it to the NBA? And that's the entire point, is that's why he has that no quit mentality. That's why he has that, because in what world is someone, that short going to the NBA? Well, a world where someone has so much no quit that they figure out a way to still do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality of it. You remember me? What up? Will you go back live? Maybe and after. I don't know. Maybe. Dang, bro, rapping LL. Yeah. Yeah, he was the last draft pick too. Yeah, so imagine being the shortest player on your team basically at all times. Always being everyone always underestimating you, saying you can't be in the league, you're too short, this, that, and the other thing. Being the last draft pick, teams dropping you, all that stuff. Imagine how much motivation that's going to give someone to absolutely become the best version of themselves and really absolutely destroy it. Like, think about it. Like, think about that on a raw, primal level. Like, if you are genuinely the most underestimated dude of all time, you have to have that mentality of, like, no quit. I don't care what other people think. I'm just going to do it and do it as hard as possible because that's what I do. Because if not, like, if he didn't have that mentality, he wouldn't have even, who knows, he probably wouldn't have even made it to, like, the G League. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many good NBA players out there, or good basketball players out there that never make it to the league because they're, like, too short or whatever. And he completely said, nope, I don't care. I'm still good. I still am good at threes. I'm still good at driving. I'm still good at passing. I'm still a beast. And I don't care what anyone else says. And he did that. And so, like, there's nothing to deny when someone is undeniable, like Isaiah Thomas. And he eventually had a season where he averaged 29 points per game. Exactly, because he found his thing. He found his spot. And he got a good team surrounded by him. And then he started going off. And I actually enjoyed using him a lot in 2K. How tall are you? I'm like 6'2". Damn, I only got 200 subs. Well, I mean, you have enough subscribers to go live. You have more than, like, at least 70% of channels. So I would say you just got to keep going, keep posting what works, and eventually you'll be good. Because if you said, like, damn, I've been posting for 2 years and I only have, like, 5 subscribers, I'd be like, bro, I feel sorry, bro. I'm sorry about that, man. But if you're saying, damn, I only got 200 subs and, like, I don't even know what you're really posting, like, bro, what do you mean? Like, you got to work harder. You got to go harder and actually win at that shit, because clearly you got something going on. So how about you make it work? What up? Blazer was good. Arctic. What up, bro? I have 70 subs on my own account, but I have 3 subs on my current account. Did you get a haircut? Yes, I did. I did get a haircut. I'm back to being thirsty for water because I talk too fast. And I give myself these headaches from talking too fast. But yeah, I got a haircut. A haircut with a lawnmower. Yeah, I mean, it's a vibe. I like it. It's like a little mullet burst fade going on type thing. I'm on road to 5 subs. Exactly, brother. Well, keep it up, man. Also, if anyone wants my Instagram, because I just got a new Instagram, anyone wants the link, go to my YouTube bio and you could just find all my Instagram like shorts and all that, like reels and stuff like that. Because I'm trying to, yes, I've been on the YouTube grind, but I'm gonna get on the Instagram grind. I'm trying to promote that as much as possible, get as many, followers as possible on Instagram, so I can really grow that community of people. Because I do like the YouTube community, but I want to be able to live stream on Instagram, get a platform of people on there as well, so I can get the ecosystem of people coming back and forth. If like, and also just overall, just like getting a good like ecosystem of like different platforms. So if y'all are interested in the Instagram, check it out. Links in my bio, YouTube bio. And if you like your haircut, then it's good. And I was just joking. Uh, yeah. Yo, I posted a video about the NBA MVP race, but it got like no views. Okay, bro. So then post something else, man. Here, y'all gotta understand something. Like, you post something that doesn't work, you post something else that's better, or you make it better. Okay. If you post something that does work, then you understand it works, and you know your niche like situation. Okay, that's the thing. So you need to look in those terms. Okay. You can stream simultaneously on Instagram, YouTube. I could, however, the only issue would be I would use my computer as my YouTube, or I guess Instagram, either one. My computer camera isn't that good. My phone camera actually is good. So that's the only issue. And I would have to like have them both propped up at the same thing. But I could do it at the end of the day. It just, yeah. But I'm sweaty. Sweaty and exhausted from the day. I'm gonna leave for 15 minutes. I'm gonna go get some shots up. I bet. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Bro, if y'all felt the heat in this like house and just like in general, like it's actually insane how hot it gets in here. It's 5:57 and it just feels like it's 1. You don't have to use your laptop's camera. You can stream your YouTube stream directly to Instagram on your laptop. So you're saying like I would use like how would that work? Like I would use my So I don't have to use my laptop's camera. You can stream your YouTube stream directly to Instagram on your laptop. Oh. So you're saying I could just kind of like screen record it and then just throw it on Instagram? I feel what you're saying. What up, what up? All right, let's see what the votes are saying. 71% said no quit, which is true, but 29% said organization, and I wonder what y'all think about that. Scrim for 1 sub. I think I'm okay. I think I have enough subscribers where I don't need to necessarily do anything to get one. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, then you don't, and that's kind of the end of the situation. So, thank you to whoever subbed. By the way, I just got a subscriber while saying that. But yeah, no. And if I say something that you don't like, then it's only gonna get worse. Just so you know. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Just trying to give you all the advice on how to win at life, pretty much, because I know y'all are struggling out there. I know y'all in the comments, some of y'all don't say anything, but I know y'all are struggling out there, and life is hitting you hard. And I'm here to tell you that that's how life works. It's supposed to hit you hard, but what you do with that information is much more important. So if you're like, oh, I just feel bad for myself and this is everyone else's fault and I just don't know what to do, then you're looking at it all wrong. You gotta be like, okay, what's the problems? This, that, and the other thing. Okay, how can we solve all these problems? Okay, this, that. Okay, so you have to understand, like, every problem is solvable. I know this is crazy, but every problem is solvable. Every problem. Okay? When I say solvable, that doesn't mean I'm saying, oh my god, every problem like has the best answer. I'm saying it is solvable. Okay? So just understand that. Hi, how are you? I'm doing good. I subbed. Can I get a shout out? What up, Lucas? Yeah, I am. My mom just took my things. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta keep, striving. No quit. I'm not struggling. I'm living life. Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta keep working, keep grinding, keep living life, and also understand that if the approach of like just living life isn't working for you, then maybe you try something different. Maybe you work harder. I kind of took a route of like, oh, I'm just living life. I'm just trying to be happy, and it led me to a lot of video games, scrolling, and really, really bad food because I was worried about short-term dopamine and just trying to get the quick high. But once I kind of looked at life like, wait a second, maybe if I try these long-term goals, I could actually be a lot happier. Then I got a whole different, vibe of the situation. New cut, yes, new haircut. It's funny that you guys noticed this. It's like you guys would notice it over my family members. It's hilarious. Bro, give me a slow 360. I gotta show my barber at. That's funny. That's kind of what it's looking like. Thank you so much. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. Always trying to help y'all out. Always trying to give y'all the insight that I know y'all deserve, and people out here on these streams are not really giving you guys because they don't want to keep it real with you. And the reason they don't want to keep it real with you, I'm going to tell you right now why they don't want to keep it real with you. I keep it real with my fans for this one reason. I want you to get better. I'd rather you be a little bit pissed off at me for like 20 minutes and actually have a lifetime of fun experiences, good experiences because you took my advice, rather than be like, no, you're okay where you're at. Like, you don't need to work harder. Like, you don't need to lose weight. You don't need to, like, do anything. Like, no. Like, if you're struggling with weight loss and you actually are struggling with, like, discipline and how to get motivation, I'm going to tell you, no. Like, you need to find the discipline. You need to find the motivation and actually, like, complete your goals so you can be happier. I'm not going to be like, no, you're perfect the way you are. Like, a lot of people are going to do that with their fans because they just want to make their fans happy. But you have to be very, very careful with all those situations, man. All those situations. Because at the end of the day, like, do they really want the best for you? Because I want you to succeed. I want you to win. That's what I want. So if I can call you out and you feel a little bit better, days after, not necessarily right then and there, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you being bothered that I called you out, you use as motivation, and you come back and you say, hey, what you said pissed me off, but I actually got better from it. So thank you. Give me that. I love hearing that, man. Thank you so much. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, that was fire, bro. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yo, love the sound of your voice. Really ask yourself, what the fuck you talking about? Talking about how to become the best. What do you think about bulking? Did you ever bulk, Jake? Yeah, I did. And I think it's good. Just be careful. Don't be like, too kind of overboard with it. Understand that you're looking for high protein, high testosterone boosting foods at the end of the day. You're looking to put on as much muscle as possible. You're not looking to get fat. So the lean bulk, I would say, is good, but also animal-based bulk is good. Just hella steak, eggs, sweet potatoes, rice, fruits, raw honey, raw dairy. That could really, really do a lot for you. Butter, all that stuff. So keep that in mind, man. Nice haircut, by the way. Thank you. So we got a lot of people noticing the haircut, which is very interesting because some of these people I've never even seen them comment once. Why do you want that? Who are you talking to? Want what? Sorry, I forgot what we were talking. Sorry, I need to stick to one topic because then I get too caught up with things and then I'm all like over the place. Like the cut. Thank you. Nice haircut. Thank you. Just real food, only wild or grass fed. True. That definitely is very muy importante for the animal foods that you're eating, especially if you really want to get, serious with your health. Yeah, bro, I'm doing all that right now. It just sucks feeling full and bloated. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why you should do a lot more like healthy testosterone boosting things, like not consuming so much pasta or cereal or wheat or anything, and making sure that your carbs are coming from like sweet potatoes, fruits, rice, like like I said, at the end of the day, like sweet potatoes and rice, they're still gonna make you bloated. Like if you really want the no bloat with still a lean bulk, just eat a shit ton of high protein foods, and then a lot of raw dairy like butter, raw milk, like fat, like steak fat, and then avocados are good, like fruits are good, raw honey. Like that's really what you're gonna have to do if you really don't want that bloated feeling, man. Because the bloatedness comes from not eating like the whole foods, and like obviously just we all know fruits are gonna help you look less bloated, and obviously. Uh, what up? What up? Do you like Coke? No, I do not. Hey, messy hair, bro. How you doing? I'm doing good. What's your favorite color? Just concerned. My favorite color is blue. It may seem like it's red because I have this whole like red vibe going on. Like I always wear red. Like I always have the red light. I got my red notebook and like I'm holding the red lighter usually. But the truth is my favorite color is actually blue. As crazy as that sounds. But then like right after it's red, then black. Probably blue, red, black, and like white. And like purple. And like gold. Yeah, for real, that makes sense, bro. Hell yeah. Red and orange hair also. If you think that this is orange hair, I don't even know what I don't even know what you're saying. This is not orange hair. This is a blonde hair with red light in it. That's all it is, really. If we were to really go in the base of what my hair is, dirty blonde. Oh, thank you to whoever just subbed, by the way. We just got another subscriber. Thank you. Some of y'all be commenting some funny stuff. Bro, it's because of the light, obviously. It's basically, I mean, some people like to call me light brown. Some people like to call me dirty blonde. The truth is, your hair means very little to your actual life, okay? If not, I'd like to be bald at some point. Really, change everything up. But, yeah. Do you do progressive overload? If so, how do you do it? So, yeah, I do. And the way you do it is basically you always try to go with a certain weight that you get like 6 clean, good, slow reps with, right? So say you're doing incline dumbbell and your max, with 70s is like 8 clean reps or something like that. Okay. Then now you're trying to get 70s for 10 reps the next time you hit chest, maybe like 5 days to a week from now. And then you're trying to get 12 reps. Then when you hit 12 reps, then you hit 75s and try to get, 8 reps with it. And then so you're always trying to get a lot of reps with the heavy weight, like up to 12, and then you could switch to the higher weight. So you're always trying to go with higher reps with the same weight that you did last time. So you gotta like write down and remember what weight you did. You gotta remember how many reps you did. Like I always have in the back of my head, like especially for incline dumbbell, like 80 pound dumbbells for 8 reps. Like that's what I know. So next time I go for them, try to get 10 reps. And once I get 10 reps, I'm going to go for 12 reps. Once I get 12 reps, I'm going to go for 85 pounds for 8 reps. I'm going to go from there. Purple's my favorite color. Do you... you got Discord, bro? Not yet. I need to, though. By the way, what's your daily routine? I don't have a daily routine. It's all different, bro. Every day is different for me. But I will tell you some things that are always in my days is mostly working out, getting a lot of sun, eating a lot of healthy protein food, cleaning my room, cleaning like my stuff, organizing my stuff, working on my business, okay? My YouTube, my Instagram, my coaching program, all of those different things kind of at once. And also having, like a social life too. So there's no real true daily routine because I think the routine actually makes me feel controlled and I don't like that. So for me, some days I'll work out in the morning. Some days I'll work out at, the end of the day. Some days I'll go to the sun really, really early in the morning. Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll make a short early in the morning. Sometimes I'll do a live early in the morning. Sometimes I won't. So it's always sporadic, but there is some organization to it because at the end of the day, I still have goals that I want to complete throughout the day. I kind of use ChatGPT to kind of navigate, that routine without being too controlled. Yeah, I've seen this method. Seems cool, not gonna lie. Yeah. What up? Jake, what the time for you? It's 6:08, brother. 6:08, which is crazy because, oh man, I gotta eat. I gotta do stuff. I hate that I have to do stuff. And this is the issue. Is that, and what's this title? How to win at life? how to win at life. Well, guess what? I'm going through it right now. I don't want to do what I got to do, but I'm going to do it because this is how you win at life. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, guys, that we're always constantly, like, battling something. But the truth is, like, you can't lose. You really can't. My bad. Sorry. Let's run through this. What country are you from? USA, brother. Bruh, it's 9:09. We in diff time zones. Yeah, we are. You should love doing stuff, bruh. Everyone has one life, so yeah, you gotta to what's to do. I agree, brother. I'm not even gonna disagree with you there. Like I think life is definitely for the living. I would say my day's definitely been rather, exhausting because of the amount of shit I've had to do today. So I'm definitely tired. However, that mindset is the mindset you need to get through the rest of the day and actually, do more things. But I do think that if y'all did what I did today, y'all would definitely be tired too. For sure. Which is a good thing. See what the 40-year-olds in their basement are saying. You are boring. Okay, well, you could do anything else, brother, but you're still choosing to watch me somehow. Like, literally, you could lift weights. You could maybe talk to a woman in your life. I don't know. But, yeah, you're choosing to say something, on my chat. You could even join anybody's stream, too, and you choose to join my stream. That's got to take some sort of dedication. Right? I don't know. Yeah. You play any games or job or business? Like I said, I'm a coach, brother. I'm a testosterone coach. So I coach men on how to raise their testosterone naturally. Usually men in their 20s looking to, boost testosterone because they're suffering from low testosterone, whether it's bad diet, low energy from their work, whatever it is. I'm basically the man to help them do it naturally through diet, lifting weights, lifestyle, all that. So if you're interested in that, shoot me a DM on Instagram and we could do a one-on-one coaching call if you want. Or if you don't have Instagram, just shoot me a comment on one of my videos, just one-on-one. I could send you a direct link to my one-on-one and then we'll go from there. So, yeah, 'cause I'm definitely trying to get some new clients that are committed to actually changing their life and making a difference. And like I said, I can always use you as a testimonial if you're like that, if you're an absolute beast and you actually get results, which you will get if you do join the program. But like I said, that's why I qualify you first, because I need to see if you're committed to a thing. I need to see if you have that thing to you. If you don't have that no quit, then I probably wouldn't even take you as a client, to be honest. What are the benefits of high testosterone? So high energy in the morning, more competitive urge, overall better sessions in the gym, more overall energy, and less depression because you're just doing more things and you have more energy. There's tons of benefits, bro. I think honestly the benefits are so high that basically every single aspect of your life there could genuinely be a benefit. Like relationships, with sports, with eating, with working out, with watching TV, like everything, having a higher testosterone is easier. Like in my opinion, I think the benefits of having high testosterone are basically unlimited. Like even walking into a room and like with random people, having high testosterone is better than having low testosterone. Like, I'm sorry. If you're walking into a room with 6 people that you have no idea who they are, you're just walking into a room with 6 people and you have no idea who they are. That's just a scenario. That's hypothetical. Would you rather be a high testosterone man or a low testosterone man? Just that scenario. Or you don't think it matters. If you don't, then you're lying to yourself. Bro, I have Insta, but the thing is, I live in BD, and I'm sure you're just talking about Bangladesh, and we both live in different countries. Like I said, brother, I don't know how Instagram like works with the whole country thing, but that's where you can reach out to me one-on-one. Because I don't know how to do I don't give out my number, anything like that, no email, nothing like that. It's all just Instagram DMs. That's my main platform for people to reach out to me. And it's also good because I just started my new Instagram, so I'm trying to grow that stuff anyway. So if I get more people, on that wavelength, I'm not gonna get mad at that at all. But yeah. So again, no, like the coach thing, I didn't understand what you meant. Like I said, only if you're interested in being in the program. Like if you're ready to invest in yourself and you think that you can actually make a difference in your physique, and you're fully committed to it, and you've seen my content and think that it would work for you. You think that it would work for you? Then hell yeah, shoot me a DM. How to win at life, brother. Exactly. Should we do another poll? I think we should do another poll. I think that's the move, and I think the new poll should be. Let's take down this one. Are you a loser? We're going to keep this real. Real as real. Let's see if people are going to be honest or not with this one. Because this one's real. So let's see. Thought you meant about football coach or something. Really? No, you're all good, brother. My friend that's going to stream soon, he's kind of does like, well, football, like soccer coaching, or like he'll give out his soccer information. So I'll definitely give out his information once he starts streaming, which will be very soon. Are you a loser? Let's see what we got. Yes. First person said yes, bro. We're already losing with that mindset. I'll tell you that for a fucking fact. Like that mindset of you are a loser, that will definitely keep you a loser. What up, Mystic? Do you play video games or don't focus on that kind of stuff? Not really, brother. I don't really focus on video games. I know this used to be a video game channel, but it really isn't anymore, brother. It's really a weightlifting channel. I would say my skill at this point is helping men that are addicted to video games change that addiction into a lifestyle of healthy eating, lifting weights, and just becoming the best version of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually, and raising their testosterone naturally through lifestyle and diet, pretty much. But as you can see, 67% of people are saying yes, they are a loser. And this mindset already makes me sad because this entire stream is about how to win at life. And you guys basically put yourself at the massive disadvantage the second you say you are a loser. You put yourself at a disadvantage. I think I'm a loser. I don't know why this happened to me. Like I give advice to people and business advice, but in life, like I don't know why I just feel alone and depressed as solution. Okay. That one's kind of all over the place, but let's figure it out. So it seems like what's going on is you feel like you give a lot of people good advice, and like you feel like, why am I not giving myself good advice? Like why am I not using this to my own advantage? Like I'm like out here giving like people business advice and stuff, but I'm not doing any of my business shit. That's the thing. You got to start doing your own thing. You want to help other people because you're actually afraid of helping yourself. And a lot of people fall into this where they feel the need to critique other people or judge other people, or even just try to help other people with their stuff, and they don't realize, like, bro, you only realize that you're doing this because you don't want to help yourself. And the truth is, if you help yourself more, you're actually going to be able to help those people you want to help even more because you're going to have your shit together. So the truth is, even if you did want overall to help those people the most, you helping yourself the most would cause that benefit. So just keep that in mind, that you need to help yourself the most. You need to be the one that's there for you. And at the end of the day, they're going to be there for themselves. That's how humans work. At the end of the day, we fall asleep. Who are you with? Yourself, okay? So you got to keep that in mind, that you're always going to be there. Like you literally are the person you have to trust because you're the only one that's going to be there for yourself. So the more you can kind of take your own advice and actually practice what you preach rather than just preach it. A big thing, and this is my issue too, because I'm a big yapper, and I was a big thing where I didn't necessarily practice as much as I preached. And I think there was two reasons for that holding me back. One was the dopamine maxing, because when you like talk about what you're gonna do and don't actually do it, that's dopamine maxing. So if you're like, I'm gonna start a business, I'm gonna make all this money, you're basically saying that you're doing it without actually doing it, which is giving you dopamine. So then after you're done like saying that you're gonna do all that stuff, you feel nothing, and you feel like, okay, now I gotta actually work. So instead, what you want to do is not really say anything about it and just keep silent, just work really, really hard. Okay. So that's how you kind of practice more what you preach in a certain sense, because now you're not dopamine maxing, just being like, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You're just going to actually do it. So then you can preach it once you've done it. So another thing too is that you kind of want to only preach things that you have done. And that gets hard because you might have the coach mindset like me, where you're constantly like learn something. And the second you learn something, you want to just tell everyone to help them. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't really understand it that well. And the thing is, you can do that to a certain extent as long as you're careful with your, like, how you articulate it. And it's like, well, this is just my opinion. This is what I've come to find. But if you can find shit that you're actually really good at, like, doing, it's going to be a lot easier to, like, pursue that. Like, once you can actually figure out what you really, really know, what you're really, really good at talking about, like, what business you really, really thrive in, it's going to be a lot easier to pursue those things because you have the advantage. You're good at it. And I'm telling you right now, every single person that's watching this has something that they're better than everyone else at in this chat. That is a fact. Every individual person watching this, you have something better than every single other person in watching this chat. You do. You really do. That's my point. So keep that in mind. Like, you do. That's just stats. That's just a fact. You have something better than every single other person watching this chat. So use it to your advantage. You know what it is. Just use it. And stop lying to yourself and acting like it's not an advantage, okay? Or acting like it's not the thing. Or like, you know what I mean? Just do it. Sometimes I'm really nervous when I'm meeting new people. And one time I smoked weed and it was like no fear to talk to anyone. It was like talking to everyone, and day I felt very good. Well, brother, I mean, I guess you got to follow what works then. You know, if you never talk to anyone and something helps you talk to people, then you keep doing that thing that helps you talk to people. But if you need a certain substance to help you talk to people, then you need to go deeper into like, well, why do I need this certain thing to talk to people? Why can't I just talk to people normal? So then you might need to jump into the whole, idea of, okay, now that I've learned how to talk to people, but only with a certain substance, let me try to learn how to talk to people without a substance. But sometimes it's okay to use that substance just to get your blood going, get your blood flowing, and really just help yourself out, because some people never even start, So it's like, I'm not gonna even deny, like, that's why I say, like, some people, they're like, oh, like, is alcohol good, like, confidence-wise for talking to, like, girls and stuff? And my opinion is this, it's like, I would say overall, no. Like, you want to be able to just talk to them without the substance. But if you've never talked to girls before, then like, and you're like just starting out, which unfortunately a lot of guys have, because 50% of guys 18 to 30 have never approached a girl. That's a real stat. Because of that, they do need to do that. Like, they do need to drink the alcohol to get that edge. And then, once they learn how to talk to girls with the alcohol, then they could kind of cut out of the alcohol and be like, okay, now I'm going to learn how to talk to them without. Now, sometimes you can just do it plain out. Some coaches are like, nope, straight out, I don't care. I say ease into it, because at the end of the day, if you don't have that extra push, you might never want to do it in the first place. So it's like some coaches are going to be like, nope, you have to do it sober. And then they just never end up doing it because they never end up learning. So it's better to just see what it looks like, even if it's enhanced. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. And I know it's kind of crazy. Not everyone agrees with that. Even my future self could possibly think like, no, just cold turkey. But at the end of the day, like, the truth is, my opinion is, like, it could never make, like if it's a situation where they're never going to start unless they do that thing, then you got to make them do that thing, because they never even experienced it in the first place. How are they going to even know if they want it? You know what I mean? That's all, like, so it's the same thing with, like, talking to people. Jesus, guys. Sorry. Yo, I have a weird random question. Let me know if you want to hear it. Bro, I mean, I guess. Just don't make it too weird, dog. Like, at the end of the day. What if you don't know what it is? So that's the thing. If you don't know what the actual thing is, you need to try everything until you figure it out. Okay? So if you're like, I'm kind of interested in this thing, then try it out. If you're kind of interested in this thing, then try it out, okay? Because you not knowing and just sitting there just wondering, not knowing, is not doing anything. So you have to keep trying. Even if you're like, I would never like this, just try it, okay? Because you'll never know until you try, okay? That's the thing. I'm also a firm believer of trying something again, okay? So if you didn't like something the first time, it's okay to try it again. A sport, a skill, a job, whatever it is, it's okay to try it again 2-3 years down the line. You're a different person. I'm a firm believer in trying again. Bro, do you want to play truth or dare? Bro, hit me with it. Hit me with it. Truth. Whatever you want. Let's run it. This is how to win at life. And I'm here to give you the truth on how to win at life, even though this question might have nothing to do with the actual title. But it is what it is. I'm going to risk that because taking risks is how you win at life. And that'll be the lesson for this. So, like, this person asked if I was SC last year for a reason. Now I act, like, into me. And, like, why do you, when, like, what do you call it? I don't even know, brother. I don't even know the answer to that. What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear is the version of myself that quit. Yep. The version of myself that lost. The version of myself that decided to not pick up the weight. The version of myself that decided to not start eating healthy. The version of myself that decided to stick with my addictions with scrolling, video games, and all those other bad addictions I was doing. The version of myself that decided to not, take the risk and be more confident and try to boost my testosterone. That version of myself, I fear a lot because it's out there. There's a reality of me where I didn't do any of these things. I'm sad, lonely, and depressed in a house, at maybe 30, 40 years old with nothing, just lonely, sitting there. And that really scares me, the idea of that, the reality of that. So for me, I just constantly fear the reality of me if I were to lose. And that motivates me enough to push to never try to lose, pretty much. So I kind of use my fears to my advantage, Some people fear starting, and my fear is actually not starting and the reality of what it looks like if I never started. And I know that sounds crazy, but I've genuinely framed my mindset to that, where I'm way more afraid of the reality of what would happen if I didn't start than the reality of me starting in the first place. What's the best store to get meal prep and stuff? I don't even know, brother, to be honest. Just, like, it's all the same. Just get your containers, get your food, like, you know what I mean? Like, the meal prep, bro, like, some people think, like, they start doing meal prep all of a sudden, like, they're just going to get massive. Like, it's not how it works. Like, you still need to train hard. You still need to eat high-protein meals after you train hard. Like, you still need to get the calories in. Like, the meal prep is literally just for people that are super busy at work and need, like, extra meals because they hate cooking, like, 4 or 5 meals a day. But at the end of the day, like, the meal prep, like, just be careful, okay? Because unless you're lifting heavy-ass weights and really, really locking in on a calorie surplus and high protein in those meals, like, meal prep's not going to make that much of a difference for you. And the place in the store that you get these meal prep materials is minuscule to the situation. Means very, very low. Call me crazy, but my only fear are heights and pretty girls. Am I the only one? Like I said, the height, I get it. That's like a natural response. I mean, girls too, I get. But at the end of the day, like, both of those things are things that the more you practice it, the less nervous you're going to get. So I'll tell you right now, if you went on, the tallest mountain ledge, whatever, and looked down every day for a week, for like an hour straight, every single day, your fear of heights would go down 1,000,000,000%. And same goes with girls. If you were to walk up to 5 girls every single day and approach them and just talk to them, not even hit on them, just say, hey, what's going on? I like your shirt, blah, 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 leave, then you will also be less afraid to talk to girls. It's the same exact thing. So both of those fears could be solved with repetition of doing it and being less afraid of it. So keep that in mind, that they're both very different things. However, they take the same exact solution to overcome. So very interesting. Okay, so I select truth. You can ask me anything. Oh, I don't have any questions for you. I'm saying, like, you can ask me, like, truth if you want, like, any questions you got. Remember me from yesterday? What up? Same, I got a fear of heights. Yeah, I think every human has a fear of heights. I think the difference between the ones that actually, achieve those high heights without looking fearful are the ones that just practice it so much to the point where their body gets desensitized to it to a certain extent. But it doesn't mean that they don't feel the nerves. They just have kind of turned the nerves into adrenaline. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people think those people literally don't feel anything. Like, that's not true. That's not the case. They definitely feel. They just have mastered the feeling itself. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Bro, I ain't going anywhere near roller coasters. Really? I love roller coasters, bro. You know what's funny? The only person that was ever afraid of roller coasters was, like, my parent that, like, was afraid they was gonna, like, fall over or something. I was always the one in my family, like, the only one that loved roller coasters. I wanted to go on all of them, and they did not want any of it. I'm just like, you guys I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Like, why do you guys not like roller coasters? Like, what? It's like the most fun thing you can do on this earth. Like, we're on this earth and everything's slow and everyone's stupid, and then finally you have this fast, exhilarating thing out of nowhere. I just don't get it. And then, of course, unfortunately, in all these roller coaster parks has to be destroyed with all the worst food ever and the most, like, indulgent stuff just because you're in a place with indulgers, you know? Heights one of my biggest fears. Bro, even if it's 0.0 chance of falling off, I ain't taking those odds. I mean, I guess, brother. I guess you just live your life in fear and you never experience a fun thrill of a roller coaster. Is what it is. Have you ever played stake? And if you have, how much you make or lost in gambling? So I made 1,000 from a sports bet. $3 for 1,000. Yeah, I put in $3, won 1,000 for a DraftKings thing. And then I also won some money at a casino and like a cruise ship. I probably won like 700. And then I was like, this is gonna be the only time I have 700 on a cruise ship. So I dropped like 400 of it, lost it. So I only ended up with like 300 for that night. Which, I mean, it is what it was. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna be too mad about that situation. Have you ever played? I don't know what it is to get those sweaty palms and stuff on heights and pretty girls, but you're right. I gotta get my mind right and have a ton of reps. Exactly, brother. Like, the reps is what's gonna do it. Like, you being like, oh, oh, I'm just gonna like not get over it. I'm just like no. Like, you're just gonna have to go through those situations where you're afraid. Like, it's not about not being afraid. It's about doing it even when you are afraid. That's the entire point. I've been on one before though, but it wasn't just a good experience for me. I feel you. Yeah. Sometimes it's just not a good experience. I get that. $3 to 1,000. Yeah, brother. It was a jackpot. Okay, I hope to win one of those very soon. What's the best you can give to people for trying to lose weight, bro? If you're trying to lose weight, you need to stop with the mentality of what's the easy hack? What's the simple tip? How do I do this in 2 weeks? How do I get abs in 3 weeks? How do I lose weight in this amount of months? Get rid of the numbers. Get rid of all of it. You need to be like, okay, I am going to do everything in my power to lose weight. I don't care about whatever anyone else says. I don't care about all these stupid bullshit things. I'm going to do everything in my power. What does that mean? Okay, that means I have to train at least 5 to 6 days a week, an hour a day. High intensity, hard training. That's a fact, okay? We all know that, okay? Now it's like, okay, what do I eat? Okay, well, I have to make sure that I'm eating whole foods, non-processed foods. And the truth is, a lot of people that are having trouble losing weight, it's mostly not a lack of information. It's the fact that they know what they're not supposed to be eating and they still eat it. So the thing is, you have to really look at the junk food that you know you're not supposed to be eating and not eat it. That cereal that you eat in the morning, the pancakes, the French toast, all of it's bullshit. Don't do it. Steak and eggs and fruit. That's it. Okay? That sandwich, that big sub that you eat at lunch. No. Steak, eggs, fruit. Okay? That dinner that you eat with pizza and all that. No. Steak, vegetables. You know what I mean? Chicken, stop with the bullshit, okay, that you know you're not supposed to be eating, okay? And even if you're like, well, one is okay, that's the issue. That's what keeps you fat, is the one is okay, or the this is okay, or is this fine, or like, how can I do this while still doing this? That's a lot of the issue with a lot of people trying to lose weight, is they try to be like, oh, well, how can I eat whatever I want and still lose weight? Like, how can I eat fast food and still lose weight? It's like, bro, your mindset's all skewed, okay? Like, you need to worry about losing the weight first and doing whatever it takes, and then worry about how to navigate things like how to eat fast food and lose weight. Because there is ways to do it, but you're not even at that stage yet. You haven't even lost any weight. So how about you stop putting this disadvantage at yourself by being like, no, I need to eat fast food, because now you're just basically throwing yourself at a race to weight loss and putting a bunch of lead in your shoes. You're saying, but I still need to eat fast food and I still need unhealthy food. It's like, okay, like, you're putting lead in your shoes in this weight loss race. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying you're giving yourself this disadvantage that you don't need, especially as a beginner, that you could definitely deal with later in life, okay? I'm not saying you don't have to live a life, but right now, you got to focus on what is actually important, which is losing the weight. Then we can focus on eating fast food and still, maintaining your weight, because it is possible, like I said, but you have to be able to actually think about it the right way. Sorry, I'm late on this stuff. My bad. Did you see lose game 2-2? I did see the game. I actually did watch the game, and it was a great game. Bro, losing weight's a slow grind. Like I said, it could be slow, it could be fast. It really depends on how hard you work. The best things in life are achieved slow grind, yes. But if you are overweight, it's going to take time and consistency. There's no quick, easy way to do it. The only quick and easy way is I will do it no matter what, no matter how long it takes. If it takes 10 years, I'll still do it, because I don't care about the time. I care about doing it. Yo, y'all need to watch Jake way more often. How more than half of y'all pressing losers. Come on, man. Lock in, be a man. The reason I can't lose weight is because I don't lose. I always win. Okay, I like that. I actually really like that. I'm not gonna lie. I do like that. Even though, it could possibly be a joke that's just, covering up, thoughts of inadequacy. At the end of the day, I still find that pretty funny. For whatever reason, I just do. Because the truth is, it's true. Don't lose weight. I mean, we're talking about how to win at life. I mean, and then you bring up losing. It's like, nah, I never lose. So, nah. Bro's quoting DJ Khaled. Facts. But nah, man. I would say overall, just don't get caught up in the propaganda of the idea that weight loss is this simple hack and there's something that you're not getting that everyone else has and super easy, and get out of the idea that it's easy, because this whole idea that it's easy is screwing you up, because now you're like, it's easy and I'm still not doing it. Like, what? Like, it makes you feel even more inadequate. Once you can put in your brain that this is the hardest thing I'm ever going to have to do in my entire life, but I'm going to do it because that's what you do hard things in your life, then it's a whole different mindset. It's a whole different frame. Now your frame is a lot more oriented towards, okay, like, I'm actually looking to do this for the better of myself rather than like what other people think. But me personally, I want to look the best I possibly can and work hard. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's what you got to do. You got to work your hardest to look the best. What can I do if I got trust issues with some I truly love, but she is good, but in my head sometimes it hits, she lying, she doesn't truly love me? I would say that she most likely doesn't. And that's the hard reality that a lot of dudes need to hear. At the end of the day, if your girlfriend, significant other, partner, whoever it is that you're with that's the opposite gender, that you're in a romantic relationship with, is she's not constantly telling you how much she appreciates you and how much she likes you, and she's, you feel like she's being standoffish, she doesn't truly love you, then she probably doesn't. And that's okay, okay? Now you have fuel, now you have motivation to become the best version of yourself, not worry about that, and also not waste your time, okay? That's the thing, is a lot of dudes, they waste their time trying to think that a girl actually is just playing games with them, or is, lying or whatever, like, just because that's how they are. It's like, no. Like, something happened in the relationship where she doesn't like you as much, and it's okay. Okay, it's okay. But you have to be able to capture that. Understand that you're not giving that same feeling and pursue someone else, okay? Pursue someone else, because if you stick with that person, then you're not getting any practice with any other girls, number one. And number two, what you're gonna do is you're gonna wait. Let me read the rest of this, because I might need to change the way I'm talking about it. Check her phone. Don't check her phone, bro, because that's gonna make you look insecure. And at the end of the day, like, if you're checking her phone, that means that that means that there's no trust, and like there's no point. Like, you're just gonna look insecure, and like, no, don't do that, because it's already off. Like, it's already over at that point. Good girls are found in every corner of Earth. That's why the Earth is round. Wow. Quote. Bro, it's been 8 years. We are all... Dude, 8 years? Here's the thing, man. I'm not going to give great advice for an 8-year type situation, but here's what I'll tell you, man. If you're with someone for 8 years and you feel like there's lying going on, if you feel like they are not fully committed to you, then I hate to tell you this. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but get out of that as soon as possible. Focus on yourself. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. But you are wasting your time right now, bro. If you're in an 8-year relationship and you feel like the person is lying and you don't trust them, get out of the relationship. Okay, 8 years in, they should be begging you to basically, like, marry them, okay? Like, if that's not happening, if they're not begging you for a relationship, if they're not begging you, if you're ever begging them or asking them for anything relationship-wise, done. Cut it off. Talk to other girls. Focus on yourself in the gym. Make money and practice. Because at the end of the day, you stuck with one girl is only going to keep you, like, very, very lonely. Because once you actually do, guys, end up, shit falls off, which is most likely to happen if there's already trust issues. I'm going to tell you that's the realness of the situation. The truth is, you're going to have no practice with any other girls. You're only going to have one experience with one girl. So you're going to go out there and you're going to be like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to talk to girls. You're so behind. The only way to get out of that behind is right now making a decision that I cannot do this. I need to completely flip the script in my life and actually make a change so I can actually, get girls I like and that I want, that aren't gonna lie, and that I'm worried are, I have trust issues and all that. Okay, being serious. The dude that fucks up is the dude that tries to figure out if his girl is cheating or not. Okay, you should never try to figure it out. Okay, you already lost. If there's any signs of anything, you already lost. Okay. You need to understand that. And that's why you guys need to not pursue girls and ask them for a relationship in the first place, because then they're going to do that shit to you. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, what happened? Girls are so bad. Like, no, you're just a dumbass, okay? Girls are great, okay? But you just don't understand their psychology, unfortunately. But we'll figure that out, My friend is locked in with his girl, and she's always going out and hanging out with other dudes while he's going to parties, and because he wants to be loyal, and she's not doing the same for him. I know, and that is the reality of a lot of, relationships, and that's why I tell you guys that if you are in a situation at an age where you are still partying, there's no reason for you to have a girlfriend. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Here's the thing: you guys have to understand what life is now, especially in the USA. Like, there's absolutely no reason to tell a woman that you want her to be loyal when she is in this stage of her life, okay? And that sounds sad for a lot of you guys, because you're like, what do you mean? Like, so they're all just going to be like that? It's like, no. You just have to figure out which ones are. Never try to change a girl, okay? Never try to make a girl that is looking for attention and constantly going to go out. Never try to make her loyal. That'll never work, okay? You never try, really. You only try to upgrade yourself as much as possible so you meet as many high-value women as possible that then prove their loyalty to you because you're so awesome. That's the dynamic you want. I know it's very hard to, like, go with that vibe, but the truth is, if you can figure out that dynamic, everything's going to be much easier. Bro, you need to do what's best for you. 8 years and not married, no offense, is kind of insane. It's not even really that. It's more the fact that, like, there's, like, trust, like, you have trust issues. You know what I mean? Like, and the issue is, like, okay, so let's get context here. You're 22. That means that you started dating this person at 14. Do you think your 14-year-old self was making good decisions? Seriously, because that's the person that decided to be with this person. Do you think yourself at 14 years old was making good decisions compared to your 22-year-old self now? Come on. Give your 14-year-old self a little bit of, a break and be like, bro, you messed up on this one, and it's okay. Because seriously, your 14-year-old self making decisions for your 22-year-old self, not a good look, especially if there's a trust issue still going on in the relationship. It's really, really, and I'm not going to lie, you're at 22, so what's crazy is you're at the age where you haven't fucked up yet. But you have to literally stop right now and start pursuing other girls. Because if you continue on with this track, 24, 25, 26, the more you continue on, the worse it's going to get and the less you're going to be able to actually get into that mode of developing yourself. 22, you're actually okay. You actually could, you have the ability to make a change. Like, it's not impossible. It's not done yet. It's not over for you yet. But it's going to be soon, the longer that you continue this relationship and the longer that you continue being with someone that you have trust issues with. And again, the whole idea, like, never, ever try to figure out if your girl's cheating on you, okay? If they're giving signs that they're cheating, that's already the biggest red flag in the world, and that's why you never ask them for the relationship in the first place. You always make sure that they prove their loyalty to you. So then the dynamic's a lot better. Because if the dynamic is that you're asking them to be loyal, it's a whole different dynamic. First off, in the back of their head, they're like, why are you asking me to be loyal? What, are you not confident in yourself? Do you think that I'm going to go off to talk to other dudes? Well, now I feel like I want to because you're not even confident in yourself. That's why you're asking me to be loyal. That's what happens in the back of their brain. And I know it sounds a little crazy because then they ask other dudes, oh, no, I actually want to be loyal. But you have to understand, they don't realize that they actually don't like it, okay? Because they don't really know exactly what they want. They kind of just go off of what they feel like they want. So you have to understand that. And I know it gets a little confusing sometimes when we talk about this stuff. The best person to listen to is Casey Sander. He breaks down all this stuff perfectly fine. He studied this shit for like 10 years, okay? I've only watched his videos for the past year, okay? So if you want to actually get true good advice on this shit, listen to that dude. He'll basically give you everything you need to know. How should I start as skinny, fat, body type? Should I cut or bulk? Bro, I've got this question so many times. It's actually like bothering me. Why are we concerned about cutting or bulking? Put on as much muscle as possible. That's the end of it. Train extremely hard. Eat high protein, high carb, like whole foods, and get good sleep and recovery. Like, it's as simple as that. Stop worrying about, should I bulk? Should I cut? Eat high protein foods. Train really hard. eat whole foods, do testosterone optimization so you can build muscle quicker and burn fat quicker and overall produce growth hormone, okay? But stop with this whole cut or bulk, okay? And at the end of the day, if you really said one or the other, had to put a gun in my head, bulk, bro. At the end of the day, it's easy. Like, at the end of the day, you're skinny, fat, like, you need to bulk, and that doesn't mean you eat shit food. That means that you just train really hard, okay? A lot of you guys are like, cut, bulk. You guys are worried about the food. Just train really hard. Train really, really hard, okay? And then eat high protein food after. Simple as that. My age is my age is 22, and I know from high school. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Your high school self was not making great decisions. My high school self was not either. If my 14-year-old self, if I left it up to for my 14-year-old self, a decision by my 14-year-old self that ends up to me right now, because I'm 21, right? If that decision was still here, like, I don't even know. Like, there's nothing that I was doing at 14 that I thought was, like, I haven't, like, upgraded. You know what I mean? Just, you have to think of it that way. I know it gets tough, obviously, in a really long relationship. You don't know, but you have to understand, like, you are literally hurting your potential in the ways that I can't even describe, to the point where I almost want to talk to you in person and really, really instill in your brain that you need to actually make a change, and you actually have time to make a change, because you're 22, you're not 40. If you were 40 telling me this, I'd be like, bro, you are screwed. You're actually 22, you actually have a chance. Please figure it out, brother. Please, I beg, because I see the issue, and I want you to understand that you deserve better. And you know it too, and that's why you're asking those questions. Well, did y'all freaking know that's what the thing? Hey, do you watch football? Yeah, I lost my catch pass away. Just know one thing. Raveson, she day one came to my house when I was 18 and was telling my mom, give me her and marry my family, and told get her married, and I just want to start my biz and get married and all. Why do you want to get married? What is this urge to get married? Any young dude that has this urge to get married, I actually think something's wrong, brother. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it very, very real. We live in a time now where things are very, very different. Marriage does not work. I don't know what happens in India. I don't know what happens in Bangladesh. There's a lot of arranged marriages going on. But when we're talking specifically with the USA, which is mostly what I'm going to talk about, because that's where I live. Okay, that's where I am. I'm going to keep it real, bro. You said, bro, it's not me, it's her. Okay, that's the point. It's her. So fucking, that's it. That's it. Break up. Done. Over. Like, break up. Like, that. Now, I'm not even like, bro, like maybe you should break up. I'm like, no, break up with this person. You just said it's her. Okay, you said, bro, it's not me, it's her. Done. Break up. Done. Over. Simple as that. I don't know if I'm trying to really even, like, get, like, married. Like, I have an urge to have kids, obviously. But do I really need to get married to have kids nowadays? Like, seriously, is that really, like, before I get it, like, before that was, like, the thing, like, but nowadays, I've noticed that there's a lot of, especially in these 30 and 40-year-old relationships, there's a lot of people that, women especially, that really don't value the, idea of being with someone forever, you know what I mean? That's why the divorce rate is the highest it's ever been. So you guys have to understand that at the end of the day, like, you don't need to get married to have kids. I'm sorry, but you don't. Another thing too, guys, I don't want to get too topic about, like, the girls and shit. When you are in a growth state, it makes people uncomfortable. You're gonna make someone uncomfortable. Keep that in mind. Like, you'll really know who's uncomfortable, like, when you start to really, really grow. Like, you'll see. You know, I'm pulling up soon. Gotcha, brother. My bad. Sorry. I'm on the stream right now. Any advice for 14? I guess I'll just continue with the advice I'm giving. Is that I'm telling you guys all to grow. I'm telling you guys all to, you know, work out, lift weights, pursue your goals, like, just improve yourself to the best of your ability. But I want to tell you that in that process of growing, some of you guys have already started as well. You know what I mean? The truth is, in that process, you're going to notice that some people even close to you, are going to really, really, really hate the growth. They're really, really not. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be, but there's going to be people that are going to be uncomfortable with your growth. And one thing I notice is that some of them won't even really realize that they're doing it. That's the thing. Family members do this too, obviously. Friends. But like the thing is, like they may see it and be like, wow, like they may not be able to handle the they might not be able to handle the growth. So they as a defense mechanism, they have to say something for the feeling of inadequacies. You know what I mean? And they may, in their own heads, think that it's not a feeling of inadequacy. They could think that it's actual, like, criticism or maybe even advice. There's one thing that some people do that's very, very interesting. They'll basically try to, hate on you, but they'll frame it as advice. So they'll frame it as, no, 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 I'm just trying to help you, man. But have you noticed that they haven't helped you with any other thing? Like, are you actually helping me? Are you, like, actually giving me advice, mentoring me, like, saying, oh, this is good, this isn't? Or are you just all of a sudden out of nowhere, when I'm finally growing, out of nowhere, just say some random advice? Like, I'm sorry, but, and unfortunately, those people don't even realize that, but it actually does come from a place of jealousy and insecurity and inadequacy. And they don't even realize it. They'll, in their brains, they're saying, no, I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to help this dude. I'm just trying to help this person. But in reality, what's actually happening is they're feeling very, very inadequate and jealous, and they don't know how to react to it, so they need to stab at you in some way. And that's why they need to make it subliminal, or not like they said it, or like it's, not really the like their intention, because they obviously don't want to look like they don't want to look like they're hating on you, obviously. But like the subliminal, like, like not just instantly like, yes, you're doing good, like keep going, like if they're not giving you this when you win, not a vibe. Sorry. I have a crazy thing to tell you. What up, bro? I need advice badly on what to do. Well, I'm fucking here, ready to give you advice. So how about you just come over and or not come over, but I'm telling you, how about you just get over your fears and tell me. Overcome your fears and tell me. That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, I just need to do better in life. Like, I need to get stronger. I need to get more money, and I need to become more undeniable as a human being. And even if that might even cause more hate, but honestly, if the hate motivates, then technically isn't that growth? I grew up with my nieces and nephews as a kid, and that's crazy, right? And when I grew up, and my dad wanted me to go to their school, and when I did, they ran us off and acted like we didn't exist. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, but that's also your story, because at the end of the day, that's a cool book, okay? That's a book that you have that you can say, chapter 1, this crazy shit happened in my life. Chapter 2, I learned how to, get better because of it, and I actually became motivated because of it. Chapter 3, I actually helped other people with their situations because, I was going through mine, and it actually helped me within or whatever, and then you write your own book with that story. But you have chapter 1, brother. So, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here. And it was a good stream, okay? I'm not going to deny that this was a good stream, okay? We talked about good shit. We talked about how to win at life, how to get over inadequacies, how to, figure out when it's time to pull the plug on things. But overall, I would say the final advice I'm going to tell you is that you are going to get advice, or you are going to get critique from people if you grow. If you are growing, you are going to get hate, critique, formed in whatever way you want to call it. You are going to get people that are like hating on it, trying to critique it, trying to say, oh, what are you doing? Like, maybe you need to work on this, like blah, 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 like all this different stuff. Like, you're going to get it. And you have to understand that that's only going to motivate you to do better, okay? You're here to win. You're here to not quit. You're put on this earth. God put you on this earth for a reason. He gave you those skills for a reason. Use them to your advantage and make me proud, but also make yourself proud, okay? Make yourself proud and make God proud. That's all I really got to say. Stay strong, stay killer, stay locked the fuck in, because I will tell you right now, I definitely am. because it's another moment for me of just increased motivation and stimulation combined with an urge to just become the best version of myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. And it's a blessing and a curse, man. I mean, it's hard to sleep at night sometimes, but also the surge of feeling good when you do accomplish those things is like no other. So, uh, yeah, just keep fighting, no quit, and that's all I gotta say. Just no quit, no quit, and that's that. That's it. So I'm gonna end it here. Don't quit, and don't ignore the haters. Win the haters. Let them say the things that they say. Internalize it, and make sure that every single thing that you do after that makes them not only regret what they say, but also question their entire life. Okay? Keep doing it, brother. Keep going. Do not quit. I'm being serious for this one. Like, this is a real chat. You guys are going to see my other streams. I'm never this serious. But for this one, the people that are in here that stayed with me the entire time, I'm being serious, bro. This come from the heart. Actually do it. Because I'm here to tell you right now, I'm about to do more shit. And I'm motivated. And it's hard. But that's the point. Let's fucking do it.